timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, they close on that shine of the light. I can make an earthquake nervous. I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I'm making pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible. Impossible, impossible.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather, and off we go from Jacksonville. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Well, this defense were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. The Jaguars come in looking for win number 8 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now, Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. A nice little juke. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And he'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Etienne. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Take this one in for a Jags touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Etienne up the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball, you ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Patterson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
On the counter, Etienne. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley. As the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott now. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dwayne Smoot picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he's got some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Dante Fowler in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
You ready? Hey, exit. Hey, Alpha. Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielding just inside the 20. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Hey, kill. We got 46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Now the ball comes loose. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
And he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's a give to Etienne. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Lawrence. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still 3,000 yards, a good season.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Going to run again here with Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Play action now. Prescott. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Devon Hamilton in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
47.
Prescott. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Dwayne Smoot able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here's Dak. This is caught. It's Brown. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Prescott. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. Now, it was a bit of a strange game. They had scoreless through the entire second half, but the first type output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Jags, the win is their 8th on the year, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.